Democratic and undecided voters say it feels like the DNC is punishing New Hampshire for overlooking our first-in-the-nation status. Nikki Haley says she is in it to win it, which is why these next few days will be crucial for her to try to connect with voters. Will you be in New Hampshire on Monday and Tuesday?
That's the plan.
And I think it's safe to say this has been a pretty unusual primary. The incumbent and frontrunner for the Democratic ticket not even appearing on the ballot. The AG's office says this is a possible case of voter suppression. And if you've already been out to vote today, you may have noticed that President Joe Biden's name is not on the Democratic ballot, but there has been an ongoing effort to write his name in right here. More than 1,000 wrote in President Joe Biden's name, so that just goes to show just the significance of this write-in campaign. And even leading up to today, it was unclear how well that campaign would do.
Republicans think it's a prank, but we believe it's a crime.
Democratic leaders reacting to Sunday's fake robocall that used what appears to be a computer-generated President Biden voice to encourage people not to vote.
To tell people false information about an election, to me, is an unpardonable sin.
Former party chair Kathy Sullivan has been part of the write-in Biden effort. She says her number was included in the call.
Somebody wanted to hurt Biden. Somebody wanted to lower the number of votes he's getting tomorrow. But what it does tell me is that our effort to have people go and write in Joe Biden's name on the ballot is working, and it's scaring someone.
While parts of it may sound like the president,
voting this Tuesday only enables the Republicans in their quest to reelect Donald Trump again. Your vote makes a difference in November, not this Tuesday.
My immediate thought was that, yes, this certainly sounds exactly like President Biden, but I knew the message was wrong.
The White House confirms
that call was indeed fake and not recorded by the president.
Cybersecurity experts say you should always be skeptical of unexpected calls, but there are other signs to look out for.
If you listen to the call, you'll hear certain aspects of it are a little fuzzy. Some of the breaks aren't natural. They aren't the natural way a person would speak. That's a little bit of a telltale sign.
And again, President Biden is not on the ballot, nor has he campaigned here. But in a statement, a Biden-Harris campaign official said in part, quote, spreading disinformation to suppress voting and deliberately undermine free and fair elections will not stand. We're live tonight in Concord. Hannah Cotter, WMUR News 9.
This election, I think, is going to impact the next quarter century.
Ron DeSantis meeting with voters in Nashua and Dover today, touting his accomplishments as Florida's governor.
I have a track record of delivering on promises. I think the time for talk is over. Republicans are sick of excuses. We need a president that's going to go in there and get the job done, and I will do that.
And he's done a great job in Florida, and we go to Florida, and he's well liked.
DeSantis also spoke at St. Anselm College, where Thursday's primary debate was supposed to be held, criticizing his opponents for skipping it and saying Donald Trump is hurting the GOP race.
We saw in Iowa, half wanted him, half didn't, roughly. The turnout was abysmal. There's terrible enthusiasm right now based off that result. We'll see what happens here. And I think it's because you have some folks on our side who don't want to do the Trump thing again, and they checked out.
While DeSantis got about 21% of the vote in Iowa, only 6% of likely Republican voters polled in New Hampshire the day after Iowa said they backed DeSantis. DeSantis is scheduled to campaign Saturday in South Carolina, but as far as next week goes, will you be in New Hampshire on Monday and Tuesday?
That's the plan.
And DeSantis is expected to head to South Carolina to campaign tomorrow. In Nashua, Hannah Cotter, WMUR News 9.
I don't want to just be campaigning in the live free or die state. I want this to be a live free or die country. That's our goal.
Former UN ambassador and governor of South Carolina, Nikki Haley, met with voters in Rochester Wednesday night, focusing on drugs, the economy, and immigration, also responding to claims made by former President Trump.
The second thing he's saying is, I want to end Social Security. I've literally never said that. Literally never said that. He honestly thinks if he says something, it just becomes true.
While a new St. Anselm College poll says Trump is maintaining a double-digit lead in New Hampshire, Haley says America is ready for something different.
Do we want more of the same, where they're distracted by investigations and other things, or do we want a new generational conservative leader that's going to focus on the solutions of the future?
She tells you the way she feels, and it's true. I believe everything she said. I really did.
Haley and Governor Chris Sununu also met with residents and staff at Hope on Haven Hill, a substance use disorder facility with a focus on women and children. Haley returned to the campaign trail after going home to South Carolina last night to check in on her parents, who she tells News 9 have been sick.
I take care of them. They live with us, so I needed to go. My dad just got out of the hospital. I needed to go and make sure he was okay, and he is.
And Haley has meet and greets with Governor Sununu scheduled tomorrow in Manchester and Hooksett. We're live tonight in Rochester. Hannah Cotter, WMUR News 9.